Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. This is 𝐴ngel111 back to deliver you another message. Before I jump into it, I want to say I adjusted the volume, so please let me know in the comments if you all think this is appropriate volume or if it needs to be a little bit louder. But I was getting that it was just a little quiet in a few of the videos, so we turned it up. So let's hop into the video. It is Sunday. We are going to see how Divine Masculine is currently feeling about you, your person. So specifically, we're going to get a couple archetypes, a couple tarot, and a couple love messages. Great to have you back on the channel, to all the returning subscribers, and welcome to all the noobs. Also, I never say that word. I feel really weird now. Advocates. Let's pull a couple cards. Well, I already feel like I know where this is going. So take a sec to look at the cards, and we're going to keep pulling, and then I'll hop into the storyline here. Please remember to only take what fits, and if it doesn't resonate, please don't make it your story. Leave it for someone else. All right. So, off the hop. Let's put one more actually from the top just to make it. All right. Perfect. So off the hop, what we've got is it looks like you particularly could have been helping someone. Maybe it was a ex relationship, a friend, or a family member. But they were someone who was struggling with addictions. Could have been a secret addiction, or it could have been something that people were starting to become aware of, whether that was drugs or alcohol or even just like a gambling addiction, some sort of addiction here. But it looks like you were the rescuer and the advocate. You were constantly healing this person, being there for them in ways more than you were for yourself, essentially. And this person knew that, and they were a little bit of, I would say, someone who took advantage of that, unfortunately, with the way that this is going. This is going to be a very specific reading. I can already tell by the first couple archetypes out. Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck there, so definitely could have been a lover, someone you had a love connection with. This could have been a long-going battle, too. Like, I mean, if it was something that kind of went on... Wow, Tower at the bottom. So, first of all, it could have been a Scorpio. Otherwise, Tower just represents endings. Sometimes upheaval and, like, major endings. So, with this, I feel like maybe what's coming to an end is you deciding to support someone who is being like this. Or someone who is just maybe taking advantage of you. Yeah, we've got the coins here. Ace of Coins. Knave of Wands, Six of Wands. So with this, they came in with a lot of passion, a lot of promise of stability and great things, but really this person was wearing a false mask, because if it was a friend or family or particularly a lover, they were portraying themselves as someone other than they were. So they were an engineer in the sense they were very smart and were always trying to kind of, in a sense, with the star at the bottom here, deceive you. They saw you as someone very true and authentic and living in your light. And they kind of tried to pull the wool over your eyes a couple times, it looks like. Maybe you knew this person was dealing with some sort of issues. Maybe they had a spending addiction. Like, maybe it was, you know what I mean? It doesn't always necessarily have to be the worst. But there's all sorts of different things that people could have issues with. Maybe it was codependency, that this person was addicted to the relationship with you. And it was just really toxic, it looks like. And it looks like they came in with a bunch of false offers, but there was always all this passion in between it. And that's really all Spirit's saying it kind of was. Because they saw you for your light. And it's like they were endlessly attracted to your light. Especially if there was someone who was living in their shadow self, refusing to change and acknowledge the fact that they were struggling with some sort of addiction. We've got the Chariot out here next. So with that, it also could be, we've got Pisces here, Cancer energy. With the Wands, we've got a lot of air. So we've got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But with all these signs, I would say signs are relevant, but I like to point them out for y'all. But with the Chariot, really, you just had enough of this situation. You've grown tired of it. Maybe you've grown tired of this person's tricks. Absolutely. Look at, so Wands in reverse. At first, it must have been like it was super passionate and exciting, and all the promises seemed legit, and everything seemed like your true Ace of Cups here. But then the further as the relationship kind of progressed, maybe it started being that you could notice that things weren't adding up here, you know, things that were being promised or said just really weren't kept to. It's crazy because we'll pull some messages after and see, but I'm feeling like this could have been a third party situation, or, wow, the Devil at the bottom, or the third party was just their addiction. Could have been both though. What I just heard from Spirit is it could have been that they had an addiction, and so they weren't using sound judgments when they were doing things. Like, they could have totally been going behind your back and doing things that weren't necessarily in the best interest of the relationship. Yeah, so we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. So you just had enough of feeling like you had your back up against the wall, like you were being torn down by this person, disrespected, manipulated, lied to. Like I said, even if it wasn't a relationship, like a love relationship, it could have been a family member. If they were dealing with this addiction, they could have been taking from you, or they could have been just very wish-washy with their emotions, maybe. Hard to read. So you've got the Six of Swords. So you just had enough of the conflict. You're putting an end to everything in this situation. Deciding to truly walk away from it. We got the Fool in reverse at the bottom. So what I'm going to say with this one here is it just seems like mostly you're looking for a fresh start. You're looking to move on from the past. This could also be Pisces as well. But regardless, you're looking for a fresh start away from this person. You could have realized too, you could have been enabling this person in some sort of way without necessarily meaning to. So say, for example, they a few times could have asked you for money for gas for the car. Or, let's say, they just always said they'd pay you back for something or something like that, and then they wouldn't. Or it could even be, for some family, as horrible as I'm hearing, it could even have been just like taking stuff, or, yeah, really I'm just hearing that, just like rummaging through stuff that's not theirs. This could have caused rifts in the relationship. So we're going to leave all those out. You know, it did start out as a general, like, what's your partner feeling about you? But I feel like this could be honestly pertaining to either a family member or a relationship. So we're going to pull a few love messages just to see, though, what your person is thinking about you at this moment. Then we can kind of figure out and clarify, too, with some love messages if it was your person or if this is someone else. I left before you could leave me. That's the first message we have out from your person. So I feel like this might be your person. Please forgive me for everything in the past. Let's start over fresh. So that's them kind of acknowledging if it was them struggling with any past addictions. They are apologizing for what they put you through. I love you so much, says the next one. And then one more message. Your love has healed me in ways I never dreamed possible before. You are my guiding light. I love you so much. What a beautiful message there. So you know what? I'm really feeling like this actually, for most of you, only please take what fits and leave it if it doesn't. But you could have known, you could have not known your person was struggling with some sort of addiction or crisis behind the scenes. And when you found out and tried to help them, it caused a lot of struggle and strife. Maybe it's been, you know, so many chances you helped them, and it's like, what's the saying? Fool you once, shame on you. Fool you twice, you can't blame the other person. Right? That's what they say. But some people have big hearts, right? So they're willing to forgive and to start over and to try over and over again. But then that's the thing, you'd just be stuck in a karmic cycle. And for the most part, especially if it comes to someone struggling with something, the best way that you can help them is by cutting off their sources. So not giving them money and things like that. But every situation is different. It could have been, like I said, one of two ways. They either had an addiction behind the scenes they weren't letting you know about and you're in a relationship with them, or they were addicted to the relationship with you and it became very toxic and obsessive and caused, looks like, you to walk away from this relationship because you were sick of the false starts and you were looking for something promising. So we're going to pull just a couple of these just to finish it off today. Very interesting reading, though. It looks like I don't see any signs of them even reaching out, but just acknowledging the fact maybe now that they're like, okay, this all happened between us. Can they go about fixing it with you? Do they need to just let it go and move on? So first mystery message out. Spend more time with family. So Spirit's letting you know that maybe right now during this time, if you've been feeling alone or if you haven't been able too much because you've been busy with work, prioritize the fam a bit there. They need you. So, I like when we get a yes or no. So we just got a yes or no question answer. So take a second to ask yourself a quick question about this situation. Maybe if you wanted to know particularly if it was a particular thing you thought this person was struggling with or something along those lines, and ask yourself that. And the answer is yes. Next one out, we've got 5D. So whatever issues are going on could already be being resolved in the 5D. This could have already started in the 5D. Or what they're saying is pay attention to the 5D and your dreams, that you might get some answers in there as to what to do with the situation. We've got ask your angels. Wow. So they're letting you know that they're there to assist and guide you in anything you need help with right now and any questions you may have. The last one out is Capricorn. So you could be, pardon me, smacked my elbow. There's a good luck smack. So you could be a Capricorn, either watching or you could be dealing with one. We did have a lot of signs across the board with the wands, the cups, the tower, the pentacles. We've basically got every sign on the board here. Yeah, we got earth, fire, water, and air. So awesome. I would say signs are irrelevant, but love to let them know for you as well. But what I would say with this situation, the biggest advice from Spirit would be to let this person heal on their own. Of course, give them as much guidance as you can. But the biggest thing when dealing with someone that could be facing something like that is that you need to let them, you can of course guide them and be there for them, but you need to let them figure it out. Because if you don't, and you're just trying to force someone, it's like this. It's like, if someone ever tells you you can't do something, don't you just want to do it even more, right? If someone's like, oh no, you can't go over there, then they're like, well, why? What's over there? And then subconsciously, any human brain's going to want to go over there. So it's almost the same when it comes to things like addictions or whatnot. You can be there for the person and you can not enable them. But, if you rub it in their face, this, sometimes it ultimately just pushes people away or pushes them a little further. So Spirit says, you know your situation and your person. Of course, if this doesn't fit, don't make it resonate because this is going to be for a specific group. But it was a very clear message, and even with the cards coming up there, that someone could be struggling behind the scenes, and this could have even been in the past. And maybe you were the one person that did help them out and rescued them and helped heal them. And maybe they're acknowledging you are the one person that can help do that. But when someone is facing something like this, they will say anything to get you to do anything. So you have to remember that and use your discernment. And of course, help someone and be there for them. But don't let them manipulate you. That's all I'm saying. But I just think this is a really beautiful reading just to let people know, or someone struggling with a DM and separation and you could have thought they were dealing with addictions as well. This is your major confirmation from Spirit that indeed they have things behind the scenes that they're trying to work out and heal from before they ever try and come back to you. They feel like, or you feel like, or both of you just feel like it would be a false start if you were to try again at this moment in time. And they see you as the star in their eyes, so ultimately you are a wish fulfillment to them, someone they want to be with for the long term. So that's a really intense message. I am going to leave it there. What I will do is include maybe a video at the bottom for anyone struggling, for anyone going through anything like that, and just a way that you can help deal with that as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope this resonated for someone out there. That was an intense one today for how your person's feeling about you. You know, for a second, like I said, it could resonate with a family member or a relationship. But the way the reading finished off, it really mostly seems like it is a current or ex-love partner. So I'm going to leave that there. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content. Until next time, thanks again, Earth Angel, signing out.